Hello, this is the last video to go over the analysis of cladograms. So we're looking at our last two questions on this sheet. So circle the correct answer for the cladogram question below. The cladogram shows the evolution of land plants as indicated by fossil records. Okay, so we're going to quickly look at this cladogram and go through some of these answers, and then you'll be able to get it down to the last two, I hope. Okay, so the first one, which discovery would challenge the validity of this cladogram? So they have a large aquatic vascular plant about 200 million years ago. So over here, we have green algae came first, the evolution of cuticles, multicellular gametophagia, and multicellular embryos came next, evolution of vascular tissue came next, and then evolution of seeds came next. And so our things we have our hornworts, our liverworts, our mosses, club mosses, ferns, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. So for a large aquatic plant to come 200 million years ago, well, vascular, get my highlighter here. So we have the word vascular here. And we have vascular here. And this vascular was 409 million years ago. So for a plant to come 200 million years ago, that would mean it would be somewhere back in here. Okay, and that would not be unusual. All right, they've already evolved. They were already on the scene. So something that came 200 million years ago would not be unusual at all. So that would not be a new discovery. That would make things funny. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so next. A species of algae that has existed for less than 1 million years. So our algae is way down here. Okay, so that was more than 425 million years ago. So for algae to exist, for a species of algae that has only existed in the last 1 million years, again, that would not be unusual because it's been around for this long. So for something to be in here, totally, that'd be fine. That wouldn't cause any new evidence. Okay, so what you need to do now then is go through and read these last two and see if they violate this cladogram. So a moss species that existed less than 380 million years ago, and a fossil of a fern more than 400. Remember, ferns are on here, so make sure you've seen them. And mosses, I think, are on here also. Okay, so use that to answer this question, and then you just highlight the answer. That'll be the best. Ooh, like that. Okay, let's get down to our last question now. So our last question is, biologically, one could use anatomical features, behavior, or molecular similarities and differences in consulting a cladogram. Molecularity, one could look at the number of mutations in a common strand of DNA. Another way, one could be compared strings of amino acids and note differences in the order of the amino acids. So these are amino acids, and these are coded by DNA. So these are the amino acid strands. This is the DNA sequence right below it. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these amino acid strands and see which ones are more closely related. And that's going to show us a relationship evolutionary, because the more DNA they have in common, the more amino acids they have in common, the closer they're related. So Cytocrom C is a protein located in the mitochondria of cells involved with cellular respiration. Below is a table showing the amino acid sequence for Cytocrom C in several organisms. And the question is, the more amino acids that an organism has in common, both type and order, indicates the closer the relationship. The same is true for her nucleotides. Compare the biochemical data above. Which organisms are more closely related to the lizard? So we're looking for what is related to a lizard. So here's our lizard, and it starts off with a lu and an ice. So let's see if there's anything else that has lu in it. Okay, so kangaroos have lu and ice. Earthworms have lu and ice. Cats, lu and ice. Sharks, lu and ice. Lu ice. Lu ice. So that's not going to help us. So we need to go to our next thing. Okay, so we have lu ice. So we're looking for what has pro and pro. Okay, so we have pro. We have ASPRO, so that doesn't work. Pro. Boom. So now we have our lizard down to these guys. Okay, so next would be Lulu. So let's go with another color. So Lulu. So we have, oops, sorry, Proprophy. Yeah, Proprophy. Okay, so Lulu. Oh, so it can't be this one. So that one's out. Okay, so we're looking for Lulu. Okay, so we're down to these guys are related to the lizard. So far everything has been the same. Okay, so now we're going Sir Arg Lu. So let's go blue. So we're looking for things that have Sir Arg Lu the same. So Sir, nope, can't be this one. Sir, nope. Sir Arg Lu. Okay, so it looks like the thing that's closest related then would be the shark and the lizard based on this. So that's how you do this. So with that in mind, you can go ahead and answer the other two questions and then explain your answer. And again, it's based on how much they share in common. If you have any further questions, please talk to me, your science teacher.